Woodline, Squeeze Gang, you already know the vibes, man. We back. I'm on my Woodline. Just even when I'm not doing UK, it's still Woodline. Look, we got 30 deep Grimeyy, 30 deep Grimeyy. Lyrics got him 7 years in prison. Damn, they did him like Bobby and them. Those lyrics getting him smoke. Man. You gotta watch what you say. You gotta watch your mouth out here. You hear me? Let's jump right into this video though. Free 30. Free 30 deep. Grimeyy.
Streets. But then he caught a gun charge and had his own lyrics used against him in court. From coming up in the murder capital of America to having a grandma who claims
murder capital right now. I told you this thing going down in St. Louis. Woodline.
This is his wild story. Chicago drill made a lot of fans aware of how savage the streets really are. Rappers started airing out real-life beef in the music and taking the disrespect to a new level. Chicago is definitely one of the craziest cities in the U.S., but just a few hours away is the actual murder capital of USA, St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis ain't just deadly compared to cities like New York and Chicago. It's actually one of the top 10 most violent places in the world. Gamble with your life anytime you step out on the streets. And that's the environment 30 Deep Grimeyy was raised in. Gangbanging was in Grimey's blood from the jump. His mom, dad, and grandma all claim 6'2's crib. And Grimeyy says he has baby pictures of himself rocking orange bandanas. Most Crips wear blue, but 6 Deuce wears orange instead. They started out on the east side of LA back in the 70s and fall under the neighborhood Crips. But they've been active in STL for decades too. Grimeyy says he don't take street politics super seriously, but that ain't stop him from getting active in the streets. He bounced back and forth between his mom and dad's crib as a kid. Grimey's dad was always in and out of jail though, and Grimeyy followed him straight into the trenches. He hasn't shared any details, but he allegedly saw his first murder at around 8 years old, and the shooter is one of the dudes who taught him how to move in the streets. Grimeyy was always in trouble, but he didn't catch his first real charge until 17. They sent him to the workhouse at a medium security prison for 5 months, and he says that's where he really turned into an animal. In some prisons, you're locked up with one cellmate. But where Grimeyy was locked up, he was in a bunk room with like 80 other dudes. You have to grow fast in a place like that.
Hell no. Shut up, nigga. Nah. We ain't got them strikes no more. I can talk shit to the niggas who make now we stop. But nah, it sounds like he just in the medium. Yeah. That's how the jails out here is. Niggas, 60 niggas in there. Or it might be 120. Depending what jail you in, nigga. A bunch of niggas, a bunch of bunks. And a bunch of niggas. And you might grow up fast in there, or that shit might make you stay young. You with a bunch of young niggas all day, you feel me? This shit ain't going, you feel me? Ice up though, cat.
Locked up, he was in a bunk room with like 80 other dudes. You have to grow up fast in a place like that and get your respect. Grimeyy grew up boxing and fighting though, so he says he didn't have any issues inside. Grimey's been rapping since he was like 7 years old, but back then he was focused on getting his bread up and just surviving another day in STL. After he got out on the first charge, he ended up going back for a year because he caught a gun charge. Going back to prison was rough, but it was nothing compared to what Grimeyy had to go through next. While he was locked up for the shooting, Grimey's younger brother was killed at just 18 years old. It's not clear how it all went down, but the judge wouldn't even let Grimeyy go to the funeral because they thought he was too dangerous. Grimeyy told DJ Vlad that he couldn't.
Nutty. Niggas want to let him go to his little brother's funeral.
Fucked up, he probably crashed out again.
That's crazy. But he looked like he talk about it. He like he about to be.
He could deal with it for a year because he was still locked up. He said crying in jail is like the worst thing you can do because dudes in there will try and test you if they see weakness. So Grimeyy just had to hold it all in until he was released a year later.
Wow.
Grimeyy decided to switch up how he moved and started taking rap more seriously. Him and his homie NWMC Murder was on the grind for a couple years before anything popped off. But in 2019, they got a lot of buzz with the track No Cap. Grimeyy had momentum in the industry. Then he dropped one of the most disrespectful songs in STL with the track Dead Goofy. He took shots at dead ops with bars like, Lil D tried creeping through that crib. They shot his ass through the door. He say he's smoking on my brother. DP, roll up that Noah. I got Tiger in my swisher. This shit fresh out the morgue. He claimed he beef with 30 Deep. When the fuck did y'all score?
Hold on. 30 shit, 30. 30 talking spicy.
This shit fresh out the morgue. He claimed he beef with 30 Deep. When the fuck did y'all score? He referenced Noah again with the line, them telling on each other, tell him free Lil Tyrell. throw him a homecoming party filled with demons and shells. Lil Tyrell, aka Tyrell Davidson, was booked for killing a dude named Chauncey Brown back in 2013. Two 16-year-olds named Noah Barnes and James Moore were supposed to testify against him in the trial, but a few months after Tyrell was arrested, both of them ended up dead. Four other dudes in the case ended up having their charges dropped because a detective who was going to testify developed brain cancer and died.
Wow.
Everything about this case...
The luck of the motherfucking Irish right there. You heard that?
Nah, that was crazy.
Nigga said the detective died, nigga. He got brain... Bro, you know how lucky you gotta be for that to happen? The witnesses die, and then the detective that's about to... Bro... Nigga got off sweet. You just gotta sit down and be patient. Nigga might die. Let them... It's alright. Let them keep pushing that court date back.
Dropped because a detective who was going to testify developed brain cancer and died. Everything about this case is crazy, but then it took another wild turn. Tyrell's mom was accused of being the one who put the hits out on Noah and James. She allegedly had both of them killed to help Tyrell out, and now the whole situation is known as the murder mob.
Oh, nah. So mommy put the hit on them niggas. Yo, mommy official.
Go get him.
We love mommy. Mommy said, nah, man, my son gotta beat that case. Go kill them niggas. Kill them. I got somebody for y'all niggas. Kill them. Yeah. Kill them. I want them dead. But look, mommy probably snitched, nigga. Mommy probably got caught up and said, I told him to do it so my son don't go to jail. It made it 10 times worse for him.
Everybody,
Her too, her ass about to get 20.
She allegedly had both of them killed to help Tyrell out, and now the whole situation is known as the murder mom case. Dead Goofies gave Grimeyy even more shine, and not before long, he was linking up with massive artists like King Von and Lil Baby. He was racking up millions of streams, going on tour, and putting STL on his back. His music got him in the spotlight. Then Grimeyy showed everyone he could take over even more with tracks like Rockstar. A lot of street rappers don't know how to rhyme about anything but drills and dead ops. But Grimeyy was able to show the pain behind the lifestyle with bars like 30 deep the game, all my brothers get busy. Remember we was young, we used to play the 360. Remember we was young, we used to fuck around with frisbees. Long live Chubb, this shit feeling like a dream. I remember we was bummy, we was plotting on a scheme. Keon died, Tay-Tay died, he was with me on the scene. Steady popping all these perkies, trying to overdose on lean. But while he was popping off and making it...
Cuz was fake spit though. Cuz, I fuck with Cuz. I've been listening to Cuz. I ain't gonna lie. I've been listening to Cuz. Cuz fire. Free the Cuz first off, man. I ain't never heard that Xbox shit though. He was just spitting. That shit was hard. That sound like Killer would like it. That pain.
Steady popping all these perkies, trying to overdose on lean. But while he was popping off and making it in the industry, Grimeyy still had major beef going on in St. Louis. It's not clear how it all started, but another STL rapper named KB6 dropped a diss track on Grimeyy and his crew called 30 Dead Homies. The track was full of savage disses like, lurking for Lil Grimeyy dude, saw a Grimeyy hit the car from both sides, hoping his mama in the whip. Then, just a few months after dropping the track, KB was shot and killed in St. Louis.
I don't even mean to laugh at him. I ain't even mean to do that. 3 months. I didn't even mean to laugh at him just now, but look. I ain't even hot. You jigging. Nah, but that's crazy. 3 months later, you got your ass spent. Okay, we know who the real demon is. He's a demon. You just the wrong nigga.
Just a few months after dropping the track, KB was shot and killed in St. Louis.
Rest in peace to KB though. We ain't laughing at him. I was just laughing at I was laughing, but I ain't mean to laugh at him. I mean, damn, he got smoked right away, playing around with them little hitters, man. You feel me? Shit real in the field, man. If you gonna be dissing, nigga, be ready. That's it. Be ready to put that work in. You gonna be dissing.
Then, just a few months after dropping the track, KB was shot and killed in St. Louis. Rumors started flying that Grimeyy and his 30 Deep crew were behind the murder. But Grimeyy said that him and KB had already squashed the beef before he died. Some people call cap on Grimeyy. But in an interview with Views from the Arch, it seemed like KB wasn't too pressed about the situation anyway.
I don't know, motherfuckers be feeling themselves. Cause like, any motherfucker that diss me, like I real like know him, you know? So it's like a lot of shit that motherfuckers be saying and shit. I don't really be tripping off this shit.
Grimeyy moved out of STL to focus on his career. But then he made the biggest mistake possible and everything went left. Boosie Badass has always said that street rappers should leave their city as soon as possible to avoid drama. And it seemed like Grimeyy was making the right moves to stay out of the trenches for good. But then he decided to go back to STL and ended up catching the charge he's locked up for right now. In January 2021, Grimeyy and his homies were riding around in a Pontiac G8 that had plates on it from a G. Riding around with dirty plates wasn't the best move.
Oh, my son was out there spinning, nigga. That nigga was riding around with dirty plates, nigga. He wasn't trying to get back and forth to work, nigga. That nigga was spinning, nigga. That nigga there, grip on him.
Pontiac G8 that had plates on it from a G. Riding around with dirty plates wasn't the best move, and the cops pulled him over and found Grimeyy strapped when they searched the whip. Grimeyy tried to get his homie to make a fake receipt for the gun so it would be under another dude's name, but the cops weren't buying it, and he ended up getting hit with a felon in possession of a firearm charge. Going back to jail didn't just hurt Grimey's career though, it almost got him killed. In an interview with Say Cheese TV, Grimeyy said he got jumped as soon as he went back inside.
He bounced over to me, he wrapping his shit up. Like, you wrapping your shit up, I already know what you want. He talking while he wrapping his shit up. But he bouncing up on me while he wrapping his shit up. The Smooth took off on him. As I took off on him, I swear to God, Smooth took off on him.
Grimeyy said he was winning easy, but then a bunch of other dudes jumped in and started throwing hands at him. They got him to the ground and started stomping on him, but Grimeyy got back up and started fighting again. He got stomped out 3 different times before everyone was too tired to fight anymore. But luckily, he made it out of the situation alive. Grimeyy made bail and pleaded not guilty at first. But last year, he decided to take a deal and went back behind bars. Fans were hoping he'd get an easy bid and be home early. But that's not how it worked out. During the sentencing, the prosecution played his music in the courtroom and used his lyrics against him. They claimed Grimeyy's a gang leader who raps about the crimes they commit. Grimeyy tried to tell the judge it was all part of the rap game and that my rap career is an image I have to portray. I feel like I've been targeted just because of my rap name. I'm Arthur Presley. I'm a human being. The prosecution clapped back and said that Grimeyy deserved 12 years because he is brazen. He's prolific and he has no respect for the law. Grimey's lawyer pushed the idea that 30 Deep was a brand like Yeezy, not a gang. And he also asked why the music was being brought up at all since it had nothing to do with the gun charge. Unfortunately, the judge wasn't hearing it, and after an hour of thinking, he came back and handed down a 92-month sentence because he thought Grimeyy was leading a street gang. 7.5 years is a long time for a dude who was just getting his career started. Grimeyy definitely had the skill.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit fucked his whole career up.
How long ago was this?
Right now.
This shit just came out?
Yeah, this is brand new. Grimeyy just went in. Damn, son. He was just, I ain't gonna say it. And he wasn't even like, you see how what happened to Pooh Shiesty? Pooh Shiesty took off when he got locked up. So Shiesty gonna be good. Like Shiesty was, and Shiesty ain't have nowhere near as much music as this nigga. But Shiesty took off, like he went up. So that little 5, 6 he got, he gonna come home and be lit. Yeah. Grimeyy though, another 2, 3 years, my nigga, I don't know. He gonna be lit in St. Louis, but niggas around the world gonna forget about Cuz ain't put a big, he ain't got no big. He ain't make no big impact. I'm going to remember, cuz. When you get out. I'm going to react to your shit, cuz, when you get out. We got you over here, cuz. Matter of fact, send Grimeyy info in the comments, man. Put his motherfucking info in the comments, man. We going to have Blicky send him some money. Since Blicky, like, the real nigga reparation. That's what he said. That's what Blicky said. Yeah, we got to start looking out for the real niggas that talking all that bullshit. Capping and shit. Blicky capped on here one day and said, you know what I'm doing on my birthday? I'm going to feed all the fiends in the hood, buy them all plates. I said, like, comment, subscribe, man. Yo, put a Blicky cap in the comments, man. Blicky, Bliccy in the cap. Because that nigga cap.
With a bowl of chicken.
That nigga lying. Squeeze.